Hey everyone, in this video I'm counting down the top 30 best games available right now on PS Plus Extra for PS5 and PS4 in 2025. Whether you're looking for your next big adventure or just want to have a great time, this list has got you covered. So without further delay, let's get started now. In 30th place, I've placed Killzone Shadowfall, a super cinematic Sony shooter that even a full decade after release still measures up to modern shooters. It's a great reminder that Sony used to have loads of franchises and consistently cranked out amazing games. Sliding into 29th is The Evil Within 2. That unusual blend of The Last of Us style stealth and Resident Evil-inspired creepy bosses and sinister locations, topped off by a father rescues his daughter storyline, reminiscent of Naughty Dog's work. Taking 28th place is Rage 2, another excellent yet forgotten first-person shooter, though this one's from the creators of Doom, not PlayStation. Back when it launched, some folks knocked it for its grind and iffy performance on older consoles, but after recently playing it on PS5, I couldn't figure out why it caught so much flack. It's pretty much Mad Max crossed with modern Doom. At 27th, we've got a simple but super fun adventure starring the Guardians of the Galaxy, letting you step into the shoes of Marvel's legendary cosmic crew as you save the universe once again from yet another catastrophe. Sitting in 26th is Sonic Frontiers, the largest, most ambitious game yet, featuring that iconic blue hedgehog. Here you can sprint across wide-open areas and tackle hardcore time trial courses, most of which are pretty tricky to beat at gold medal speed. Grabbing 25th place in this video is Dying Light 2, a sprawling first-person zombie action game. Playing as a parkour-loving daredevil, you'll race across rooftops, fend off mutants and monstrosities, follow the main storyline, and decide people's fates in a dying world. In 24th, we have Control, a fantastic Finnish action game by Remedy. You'll wander through a paranormal museum reminiscent of the X-Files, all while wiping out raging alien invaders using a wide arsenal of abilities. In 23rd place is Sniper Elite 5, a tactical shooter about an experienced marksman who sneaks behind enemy lines and eliminates Nazi targets in slow-mo, including high-profile figures like Hitler and Goebbels. Coming in at 22nd is Batman: Arkham Knight, the latest installment in the famous Dark Knight series and the game that wraps up his legendary Gotham saga. It gives you one last chance to take down iconic villains like Two-Face and the Penguin. At 21st, I've placed Ratchet and Clank Rift Apart, the latest title in that franchise. Basically, a laid-back action-adventure perfect for a cozy evening. It's worth playing purely for its gorgeous visuals, which at times are almost indistinguishable from big-budget animated movies. Securing 20th place is Fallout 4, the legendary game set in a post-apocalyptic America that recently got a PS5 update, making it even smoother and better looking. Beyond that, it's still the same Fallout 4 from around 10 years ago, packed with interesting quests and endless dungeons teeming with radroaches and ghastly ghouls. In 19th, we have Miles Morales, a large-scale add-on to the original PlayStation Spider-Man, and the first fully realized game about the Black Spider-Man himself. It may not reach the heights of a proper sequel, but it still lets you swing around the city and bust plenty of bad guys. At 18th is Returnal, the first true 3D roguelike from PlayStation, marking their serious foray into gameplay-focused territory. While it didn't become a massive hit, it definitely deserves attention if you love intense, challenging action. Slotted at 17th is Doom Eternal, the most recent shooter in the Doom universe. It veers slightly from the usual run-and-gun formula, demanding that you keep an eye on ammunition and carefully time your jumps during platforming. At 16th, we've got the cult classic Skyrim, a massive RPG that easily offers 100 hours of gameplay. You take on the role of the chosen Dragonborn, tasked with slaying all the dragons threatening the Empire. Whether you actually do that or not is up to you, since there are loads of side activities that are often more enticing than the main story. Taking 15th is Death Stranding, the courier sim from Maestro Hideo Kojima. You'll deliver packages across a post-apocalyptic America and watch lengthy cutscenes with high-profile actors. Well worth playing or replaying before the sequel drops, just to remember what chiral connections are all about and refresh your memory of the story. At 14th, I've placed Monster Hunter Rise, a classic Mon Hun in its old-school form. No drawn-out cutscenes or deep storyline, just hunting bosses and crafting new gear from their remains. 13th goes to Detroit, an interactive drama by David Cage, where you step into the lives of androids struggling in a harsh human world, making moral choices that carry serious consequences and can drastically alter both the plot and your character's fates. In 12th, we find Star Wars Jedi Survivor, the second chapter in Cal Kestis' adventures in a galaxy far, far away. It's a great Metroidvania-style experience for Star Wars fans, having evolved substantially since the first game and transformed from a niche side project into something big and impressive. Grabbing the 11th spot is the entire modern Tomb Raider trilogy, which includes the 2013 reboot, 2015's Rise of the Tomb Raider, and 2018's Shadow of the Tomb Raider. All three are solid, action-packed experiences. Maybe not quite at Uncharted's level, but they still deliver a whole slew of engaging adventures and a ton of breathtaking cutscenes. Kicking off our top 10 is Days Gone, a game from Bend Studio that was initially slammed by critics but ended up winning people over once they gave it a real shot. It's a zombie apocalypse survival game that offers a captivating 40-hour storyline and a unique mechanic involving massive hordes. At 9th, we've got Shadow of the Colossus, a remake of a classic from the PS2 era, that's all about traversing a sprawling, vibrant world and battling giant creatures, each one massively larger and stronger than your hero, and fully capable of sending you back to the last checkpoint with a single swipe. Landing in 8th is good old Uncharted, specifically the Legacy of Thieves collection, which bundles Uncharted 4 and The Lost Legacy. Both deliver top-notch, action-packed adventures lasting 10-20 hours, letting you step into the role of a fortune hunter on an epic journey loaded with peril and puzzles. 7th goes to Grand Theft Auto V, Rockstar's juggernaut that still holds up years after release, remaining the only big reality sim out there. You can easily ignore the storyline and just cruise around on yachts or fancy cars for fun. 6th place is Bloodborne, a Souls-like set in a Victorian-inspired world. Playing as a nameless hunter, you'll take on nightmarish beasts and try to make sense of the lore, which is tough to grasp. The game isn't just difficult in its combat, its narrative is pretty intricate and cryptic too. In 5th, we have the legendary The Witcher 3, a massive RPG about Geralt of Rivia, the famous monster slayer embarking on one last journey. He once again becomes a pivotal figure in saving the realm and gets tangled up in political schemes. 4th place belongs to Demon's Souls, the very first and so far only PS5 exclusive entry in the series, likely never hitting other platforms. Besides enjoying the exclusivity bragging rights, you'll get cutting-edge visuals and the kind of hardcore gameplay that laid the groundwork for all Souls-likes, establishing the conventions for this entire genre. Taking the 3rd place bronze is Ghost of Tsushima, arguably the most stylish and visually appealing game of the past few years. Playing as a deadly Ronin, you'll face off against an endless wave of Mongol invaders, and when you're not busy slicing them up, You can chill by composing haiku and savoring the beauty of feudal Tsushima. The silver medal in second goes to the remake of The Last of Us Part 1, which offers a fresh coat of paint for the cult PS3 classic, along with enhanced visuals, smoother performance at 60 FPS, and updated combat inspired by Part 2 to make the action even more intense and haunting. Finally, the gold medal champion here is the Norse-inspired saga of the God of War series. Both the 2018 reboot and the 2022 sequel, these games continue the story of an older, battle-worn Kratos, and detail how the Spartan warrior fathers a new son and tangles with the deities of Norse mythology. And there you have it. The 30 best PS Plus extra games you can play on PS5 and PS4 in 2025. If you enjoyed this list, don't forget to drop a like and subscribe for more gaming content. Let me know in the comments which games are your favorites or which ones you think should have made the cut. Thanks for watching, and happy gaming.